What is up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of FPL All or Nothing. It is Tuesday, July 16th. It is Tuesday night, 8:30 here in Germany. I just wanted to hop on for a quick 10-20 minutes, talk about some FPL here because they launched some new features in this season's game. It's going to be very exciting and hopefully some new kind of features, shakes up the game a little bit. We get a little bit more interaction and yeah, let's see how it goes. So up to 5 free transfers, the mystery chip, a bonus point system change, and more apparently is coming along. But yeah, the 5 free transfers was really the biggest thing that the community was kind of going gaga over there. So you can now bank up to 5 free transfers. You don't reset your transfers after you use your wild card or your free hit or whatever. So you can kind of like, you could save 5 free transfers and then wild card, and then you could mini wild card again, which would be pretty exciting. I think it's probably a little bit overblown for the engaged managers of FPL because I feel like there was a time last season where I took about 4 hits in a row, like back to back to back to back weeks where I took a -4. So while some of us will kind of hopefully be able to bank a transfer, hopefully that will keep us engaged and stuff. I think this option is more for people who like more casually play FPL. They kind of miss a couple of deadlines. They think, oh, season's over, but like they just kind of bank those free transfers. So I think for the engaged managers, I still think we're going to struggle to roll 1 or 2. I can't imagine a scenario where I'm rolling 3 transfers in a week, but you never know. Crazier things have happened. It is FPL. So let's see what they are kind of saying. So more transfers, a new chip. This is why this season will be unlike any other. 5 free transfers. There's this mystery chip that apparently is coming along in January. They're going to announce it in January, which is interesting because it would be nice to know what we are kind of playing with as the season kicks off a month from today, August 16th. Like, yeah, a month and 30 minutes from now, Man United and Fulham will be taking the pitch for the first game of the 2024-2025 Premier League season. There's a little bit of a new look, I guess. They're using the FPL Challenge look, which I don't really care about that much. It looks fine. Yeah, the pitch design here. This is what FPL Challenge looked like. Changes to point scoring. Goalkeepers have gone from 6 to 10 points when they score a goal, and there's been change to the bonus point system. So firstly, saving a penalty will be reduced from 15 to 9 bonus points or BPS, and then a goal line clearance will be worth 3. A goal against your goalkeeper or defender will be -4. A foul 1 will be 1 bonus point, and a shot on target will be worth 2 bonus points. So there could be some stuff coming along there that might be interesting. And they say changes to blanks and double game weeks because there will be less next season because of the FA Cup is eliminating some of the replays later in the competition. So there will not be as many big double and blank game weeks. And then more to come in FPL Challenge. Over here, we've just got a little bit more of the 5 free transfers. They'll be able to save 5 free transfers. Secondly, you'll keep your bank transfers when you play a chip. So previously, you would play your free hit. You'd want to use the transfer before, if you had 2 free transfers and you're planning to free hit the next week, you would want to use those free transfers because you would just automatically be reset to 1. You wouldn't be able to carry over any of those transfers heading into next week. But now that has all changed. So you can save up all your transfers and then activate your wild card in game week 8. And then if it all went disastrously wrong and you have 3, 4, 5 transfers, you can use those all at once for another mini wild card, which will come in handy. I can think of last season, game week 29, where we were all kind of like trying to navigate the blank and we would only have 2 free transfers. So some people free hit. So if you do have 5 free transfers heading into like a big blank game week next season, that might be nice to kind of like if Liverpool and Chelsea are in the Carabao Cup final again in game week 25, 26 or whatever, and you have tripled up on both of them, you could, in theory, save up all those transfers. You can free hit or wild card in the blank game week, and then you can just bring them all back in with those free transfers that you have rolled over. So could be a little bit of a difference maker there, but I think that it's mostly for people who maybe sometimes miss a Friday deadline or if there's a random Tuesday midweek deadline and they miss it. Like they don't get punished too much. So that will hopefully keep people more engaged throughout the season. Next up here is talking about the bonus point system. So 7 players, let's see. Changes in BPS for 24-25. Goalkeepers saving a penalty gets a little bit kind of lowered down the rankings there because it was pretty much once a goalkeeper saved a penalty, they were getting 3 bonus points that night. So that's something there. Alfonso Areola saved the penalty, 3-1 win over Chelsea. So yeah, they've got some examples here. Extra awards for attackers, shots on target, getting fouls, Phil Foden, Bukayo Saka, they should go up here. And changes to the point scoring again with Allison's goal against West Brom kind of being the main example there, where goalkeepers will now score 10 points if they somehow get their shot or their header in the back of the net. Obviously, with all these changes, there has been some already fantastic research done in the FPL community. So FPL Focal on X at FPL Focal, excellent YouTube channel. +1 BPS per foul, 1 starting the season. These are the most fouled players last season. We've got Bruno G, we've got Kudus, we've got Madison, John McGinn, Bukayo Saka, Anthony Gordon, Paqueta, Gallagher, Foden, João Pedro, Morgan Gibbs-White, Garnacho, Ait-Nouri, Wissa. So these are some names that we're familiar with in FPL that will gain a little bit of a boost from this new BPS system. So that is just the fouls one there. But then one of the OGs of fantasy football, FF Scout Mark, says, lots to unpack from today's announcement, but just on the BPS alone, as others have stated, this is huge for attacking players and a big blow to defender bonus prospects. The table highlights the top earners from last season based on the new BPS additions, and as you can see, the names of the familiar big name players, data courtesy of FF Scout members data, who apparently are partnering with StatsBomb that has an excellent XG model. So if you do not have a membership to FF Scout yet, you should definitely hop on over there and get on that because they always have really good preseason deals trying to get you in there. And it's definitely something to take advantage of if you are a very in-depth engaged FPL manager. Mark goes on to say, we can now see why Haaland increased to 15 million, but also Foden benefits and why João Pedro's status as a potential game breaker could be exacerbated. He'd get a 28% increase in BPS from these changes based on last season's performances. Much more on this to come in FPL Black Box this week, which will be a must tune in episode because Az and Mark are a great duo and they do some excellent work over there. So definitely give them a follow or a subscription or however you call it on YouTube. But yeah, it sounds like, so tonight it's 8:30 Germany time. I don't think the game is going to launch tonight. The game will launch tomorrow, I will think. If you are a FPL Team ID kind of guy, you will want to kind of be hooked into Twitter all afternoon right before the game launches. I think last year I got my lowest ever, which is 19,240. It's quite handy that you don't have to type in a bunch of numbers into FPL Review or wherever you're kind of like planning, like FPL.team, which I'm about to share in a little bit here. So that is one thing to kind of note if you like to not type in 7 digits every week when you're checking your livefpl.net, whenever you're checking your live rank, that sort of thing. That is definitely where you want to go. But let's check a little bit at Mark's table here a little bit closer. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit more. So up here we got Phil Foden, Erling Haaland, Bukayo Saka, Bruno G, Ollie Watkins, Mo Salah, Jordan Ayew, Anthony Gordon, Cunha, Madison, Solanke, Son. So these are all like very popular FPL names that are going to get huge bonuses. I'm trying to make this work a little bit better, but BPS increase here 18.3, 20.4 for Bruno G. That guy just getting clobbered all over the field. Watkins, Salah, 21.4, 43% increase here for Jordan Ayew, but he's not really going to crack our FPL lineup all that often. 22% for Anthony Gordon, 24 for Matthias Cunha. Trying to find some bigger increases here. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, 36%. So yeah, a lot of this will really benefit the attackers in FPL, and it's gonna kind of, I wonder how it's going to affect like the Guardiols, the Salibas, the Gabriels, the Trent Alexander-Arnolds of the world this upcoming season, especially like the premium priced attackers. Like maybe they will come good with their attacking returns, but like there's got Daniel Munoz for Crystal Palace who came out at 5 million today, which is an excellent price if you want FPL to be more fair and challenging. It's a bummer if you were hoping it would be 4.5 because he probably would have been an auto pick for a lot of people there. Same as Ian Matson over at Aston Villa, who they could both still find their way into my FPL squad. And speaking of FPL squads, I made it all summer. I made it until a month before, but FPL.team, they got me. I did my first draft. I couldn't help it. It's not all the prices are announced here yet, but let's just give this squad a look here. So I got Verbruggen in goal with Areola. It's not very good goalkeeper rotation, but they're both 4.5, so it was worth it. I got Trent here, 7 million, Pedro Paro, and Munoz at the back. Munoz is interesting because Brentford, West Ham, Chelsea, Leicester, Man United, Everton in the first 6. Nothing too bad there. It gets a little bit tougher after that, but he is only 5 million and still kind of interesting to me here. Pedro Paro, excellent first 2 fixtures, Leicester and Everton. Then it gets really tough. So that could be a quick hook transfer out of there. This team has 0.5 in the bank, so it could go up to like a Gvardiol, who I already have in my team. I'm probably not going to play a lot of Man City players in game week 1. I might have some in my team, but Chelsea on the road, the first game may not be the best thing there. Ipswich, West Ham, Brentford after that. Then a little bit of a tough run, and it gets really, really nice from game week 7 to 11 for City. Trent, as of right now, I'm always really tempted to have Trent in my squad, but look at this run to begin the year. Ipswich, Brentford, Man United, which apparently is a hard fixture, but we'll see. That's a team that let up the most shots in the Premier League last season. Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth, and Wolves in the first 6 game weeks. So not feeling bad about having Trent there, but we'll see if Liverpool kind of solidify at the back under Arne Slot. Where is Trent actually going to play? How involved is he going to be in the attack? That's also things we'll need to see in the preseason. I doubt we see it from Trent himself because England just finished up their Euro 2020 or 2024 campaign 2 days ago. Trent didn't play a ton, but he still needs some time off because he pretty much went from the end of the season straight into the English training camp. So he will need some like recuperation time, that sort of deal. So I don't know if we'll see Trent in the preseason. Maybe he gets a little bit of a cameo when they go over to the United States in a couple of weeks. They play Arsenal and Man United and Real Betis, I believe. So we'll definitely be checking that out to see where the right backs are going to be playing for Liverpool under Arne Slot. But Trent's there as well. Nkunku, Gordon, Odegaard, Salah, and Callum Hudson-Odoi in the midfield. So Bournemouth, Southampton, Wolves, really, really nice for Nottingham Forest, the first 3 games. So Hudson-Odoi for me is kind of a great enabler in the midfield as of right now. Salah captaincy against Ipswich. This might be as close as I will come to like definitely having someone in this team that is like a month from now. We'll see. Odegaard, I was listening to Planet FPL today, and they were making a great point that like Saka, Rodri, all these players that went super deep in Euro 2024 for their country, they might not even play game week 1. It's gonna be kinda touch and go. They haven't had any time off since, like, last July at this point. So, yeah, Saka, Foden, Rodri, I'm trying to think, Cucurella possibly as well for the Spanish side that won. So these are things to think about as well. So that would mean Odegaard's definitely on penalties for Arsenal. He'll be the captain. Could be a little bit of a ball hog in that first game. It's not, if I can remember correctly, Wolves is actually a pretty good game. First 3 fixtures are all right. James on Planet FPL was also saying that, like, if you go through the first 5 weeks of the season, Arsenal has the 4th worst schedule, but if you go through the first 8, they have the 4th best schedule. So something to watch there as well. Odegaard could be in my squad if Saka is just kind of ruled out for game week 1 here. Gordon home against Southampton. We know how good Gordon was at home last season. Southampton, Bournemouth, Spurs at home still was excellent against them last season. And then Wolves and Fulham. That's a really, really nice first 5 game weeks. That's why Alexander Isaac is over here instead of Ollie Watkins, another person that went deep into Euro 2024 with his country. Didn't play a ton of minutes, but Isaac has had the whole summer off. Newcastle don't have Europe this season. So Isaac is also really up there with players that I'll be thinking about a lot over the next month. João Pedro, potential game breaker, and Kai Havertz. Pretty good Euro 2024, really good second half of the Premier League season with Arsenal and his debut season with the red side of London. So as of right now, just kind of a placeholder. I'm really not settled on the attack up here. Isaac and Pedro, pretty good chance of, as my cat just kind of squeals at me. I guess he doesn't like the Kai Havertz pick. Gvardiol, Hudson-Odoi, and Life Davis on the bench here, 4.5. There's a lot of money. I feel like this can get trimmed down quite a bit. Like I can save 0.5, and my goalkeeper here probably go full enabler with Hudson-Odoi here. Life Davis could go down 4.0. Munoz, I kind of want Matson in here as well. Trent might be a luxury as well. So we'll see where it goes. I'm not sure how many of the premium assets I'll have in game week 1 just because of their status for game week 1, because Palmer, Foden, Saka all went pretty deep in their respective tournaments with their countries. And yes, of course, no Erling Haaland in this lineup. 15 million. That's a lot of money. I'm sure there'll be some drafts coming along over the next month where he is in the squad. But that is really just going to do it. Just wanted to hop on real quick, 15, 20 minutes, talk about some FPL, get it out before the game launches tomorrow, where we will have all of the prices and just kind of any surprises that they might be keeping from us should all be unveiled this time tomorrow. So like and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're enjoying the content. There'll be a lot more coming out over the next month, so definitely make sure to stick around. I'm not going to be the most popular YouTuber in FPL, obviously, but you can also follow my work on rotoballer.com with my team previews with the rest of the squad that is there for FPL. So if you need some written content, head over to rotoballer.com and we will get you set over there. But once again, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Happy Tuesday, and hopefully you get a low team ID tomorrow whenever the game launches. And I will talk to you next time.